Yeah, it was pissing me off because what I found out for me, before I get mad, you done made me sad. Because I'm sad that you choosing to be this way with me. And I love you so much. And what I'm doing is what the damn system says we have to do. Do you know they threaten you if your children don't go to school? Do you know they call you every day and let you know your child has not been to school today? With a AI robotic voice? And after so many times, do you know that the lady in that one office, social worker, will call you? They will send you letters. They will summon you to school because they have not seen your child like they need to see him or her on a regular basis. And if it comes all the way pushed go to shove, if you do not comply or obey, they will take you to court. Now, how has schooling got to a point like this that it's a threat to my life at this point? You get those children and you bring them to us so we can lock them in this building with us. Or we could possibly put your ass in jail. Okay. Somebody else's child, or is it the maintenance? I don't know. But anyway, yeah. I don't like that. I don't like feeling threatened by a system that insists that my children go to school, whether I want them to go or not. I can have an alternative plan about that, or decide we need a year off right now. Because whatever's going on in your household, your family, you might need a year off, 6 months. We don't have that option because school, I don't like that. Something wrong with that. It's like I'm being controlled and threatened. And then on this side, you don't want to go. And this is your job because society said this is children's job to go to school. I say they go to school so they can be babysitted, so their mommy and daddies or whoever takes care of them can go to work because they need to come to work. And if you ain't got no daycare, you can't come to work. But if you send them to school, you should see the parents running to the school, rushing their children in so they can get back in their cars and get to their damn job. So school is more like a babysitting system so the older people, the grown-ups, can do what they got to do. And also training you to be like your mama them, your daddy them. So you can be the next people that's rushing your children to school so you can go to work. Now, what if I want to opt out of that system? What if I want to opt out and say, I don't want to do that? You know, I want to be like the Little House on the Prairie. They had an option. If they wanted to send their children, they could. And if they wanted to keep them home and they was working the farm or whatever, wasn't no damn body come knocking on your door saying, your children have not come to school. Now it's a mandatory thing with a threat. I don't like that. So that don't make it no better when this child decides he don't want to go. And I can even understand Shirley's point that they don't want to go. You got them waking up at 4:49 in the morning. And you're saying, get dressed, be dressed in 47 minutes, and be ready to catch the bus, or your mama get in the car and get you to school. The children are asleep. They're sleepwalking at this point. You don't pop up out your bed, get your clothes on, and fly out the door, and you ain't sleepwalking, so to speak. To go into a building where they immediately start barking orders at what you got to do, go this way, do this way, go get that. So I can relate to what the children have to experience from this system of schooling. Why can't they go to school at 9:30? Why can't it start at 10? Many years have passed since schooling. Why has school not been reformed, where it's more doable and acceptable to families and the children? Why does it remain the same that you have to have them out at the bus stop at 5:49, many children by themselves because it takes 45 minutes to get to their school? Things like that. Well, for my schedule, I can get up at 6:30 if I want to get all the way woke. At 6:45, get my children up. By 7:11, they need to be dressed. By 7:24, they need to be in the car. And it starts from 6:30 to 7:28. You know how much time that is? That's a little more than an hour, or a little less than an hour. Why we have to do this? I don't like it. And I already did this with them first children that I had. So I already been through this routine. And here I am, 66-year-old young lady, young woman, and I'm still sending children to school. Because that's what grannies do when they children need them. So I had this little boy since I was changing his stinking diapers. And now that he's 13, he gets to growl at me because he don't feel like going to school. He's too tired, he didn't want to wake up. But you wasn't tired when you was standing outside till 10:30. You wasn't tired when you went to City Bird and got that chicken that I gave you some money for. This is what I was telling him last night. But this morning, after you done finished enjoying yourself last night, you don't want to get up. He tells me, who turns the TV up really loud to wake somebody up? What kind of waking up is that? I tell him, what kind of 13-year-old don't have something about himself that knows he goes to school 5 days a week, and when he hears the TV on, might think, is it time to get up for school? Or if he hears his alarm clock on his phone, he gets up, because that's part of being a responsible coming into a young man. Why can't you get yourself up? Why do I have to come and wrestle to get you up at 13? I didn't wrestle when you were 5, when you were 7, when you were 9, when you were 10. I said, Malik, get up, it's time to go to school. You was right there with Granny. Now you're a rebel against your grandma, and I don't like that. Because the first thing it did is you hurt my heart. You hurt my feelings in there somewhere. It's like, this is my baby. And this how you want to treat me now? So I'm taking it personal. So once you hurt a person, and they take it personal, their feelings hurt, which brings the anger part. Because when you hurt people, they get mad a lot of times. Or they hide it, and they go sulk. It happens. It all depends on how bold you is. So I was getting mad, because now it's like, all of those things I just said, you know what it is. It's time to go to school. This is what we do. You have to do it. And damn it, it's only about 8 to 10 more days of school. Not to mention, you have tests to take to confirm whether you're going to make it to the next grade. And you giving me a hard time. So I told him, you better hurry up and get out my house, and you better be gone when I come back, and some this, that, and the other, and he's growling, so I'm growling. And you don't care, this and that and the other. Say, well, I don't care neither, because you can go and you ain't got to come back. Now you got me going. You 13 years old. You know how many children end up being on the streets at 13? Due to rebellion abuse, or what other reasons that they are not at home. So you really of age for that. And the way I feel today, I could take you or leave you, son. Since you all this man, let's see if you're man enough to do that. So I done said some things to my grandson. And he's in there, he's going too. But I gotta go. So I take my granddaughter and I leave and I tell him, and when I get back, you better not be in this house. See, he done took me all the way from my league to you better not be in this house when I get back. How about that? So that is how this morning got started off. Yes, ma'am. So I take my granddaughter, successfully get her to school. And all I can think about is, on the way back, I thought about some other things too. Is he going to be in the house still? Am I going to have to deal with part 2 or part 3 for you? Or part 2 that I'll come back and he still ain't left? Because at some point, he did say, well, I ain't going nowhere. He said, I ain't going nowhere. So that's another challenge on me. Is he going to be there when I get back? I'm hoping he ain't. I'm hoping that I still got grandma power, authority with this child, that he know when push comes to shove, it's still that's granny and I got to do what she say, even though I was talking smack and acting out. So, did he or did he not leave? I can let you know about that too.